Yeah. So coming up, June, we've been able to kind of see him through all sorts of stages, and now he is one of the portfolio companies here at Rev Road. So, June, tell us.
All right, let's see if I can pull up my slides right here. So thanks for making time, appreciate it. This is my 4th time presenting, so it's been a long journey, but I've come through so far. My name is June. I'm the co-founder of Hallo. It's a social app and live streaming platform for language learning. At the click of a button, you start having a conversation with somebody in real time via video chat. So as an immigrant, I understand the challenges of learning a new language. The biggest one being not having opportunities to speak. English learners in different countries spend most of their time in their textbooks and not actually speaking. But the best way to learn a new language is by actually speaking, practicing, and immersing yourself in the culture every single day. So the opportunity here is, let's actually go to the next slide. It's not working for some reason. None of our competitors like VIP Kid, Hello Talk, Cambly, italki, Verbling, Duolingo, all these competitors do not solve these problems. And that's why there's over 50 million English learners looking for practice partners on Facebook alone. And that's why we created Hallo. Next slide, please. Oh, it's not working for some reason. Oh, there we go, sorry. I'm an amateur. Let's see. So Hallo is essentially a combination of WhatsApp, Uber, and Twitch. So let me repeat. Hallo is essentially a combination of Uber, WhatsApp, and Twitch for language learning. If you really want to speak like a native speaker, if you really want to be fluent, you have to learn from native speakers and apply what you learn from them by actually using it. The language industry is a $56 billion market. There's over 1.75 billion English learners throughout the world, and the number was projected to be 2 billion by the end of next year. The language industry is a $56 billion market, and the English market itself right now is 11 billion, and it was projected to be 22 billion by the end of 2024. So within 5 years, the big market is actually doubling. So I am super grateful and I'm fortunate to be in this awesome industry in this specific era, because if you think about how many people are having a phone in different countries, it's just amazing. And it just it makes me have a sense of urgency every single day. One of the reasons why we're growing so fast is because of our marketing. Our marketing strategy is very simple. It's all about content. We're creating content every day on social media. And as you can tell, we are growing consistently and exponentially. And every time I see this graph, I just wish I had more money to invest in my company. But I'm broke, and I'm officially announcing that I'm making and I'm accepting donations. So if you guys have any money, please let me know. But for real though, so what's better is our users, right? So we officially launched our product 3 months ago. We hit 100,000 users last week. Thank you. We're finding about 13,000 new users every week. The best part is that we're spending $0 on advertising. Our users are spending about, having 1 million minutes of calls on Hallo. Not on Facebook, not on WhatsApp, not on Skype. It's all on Hallo. We're excited to continue to help our users practice and become more fluent through our platform. Our main differentiators are actually one, our focus on social interaction, real-time conversation, and live streaming, which is not available on different platforms. And we're focused on underserved markets. For example, South Asia and the Middle East. A lot of our students are coming from South Asia, like India, Vietnam, Philippines, Indonesia, Pakistan, Afghanistan, Turkey, Bangladesh, all those wonderful countries. So those markets are underserved and neglected. And I think this is a great opportunity for us to help these people in these countries, and these markets are growing exponentially. So we're so fortunate to be in this awesome industry. Let me tell you a little bit about how we're gonna make money. So we have 5 revenue streams. Number 1 is through live streaming. So we're planning to provide opportunities for teachers as well. So right now, I believe that teachers do not make as much money as I believe they should, and we're trying to provide as many opportunities as we can for them to be able to become successful through our platform. So just like YouTube, Facebook, they provide opportunities to make money through their platform, but they're not specifically designed for language learning. So why we're different is that if you're good at teaching, you're gonna be able to have a lot of followers, and you're not gonna be making money only through advertisements, but you're gonna be able to make money through different platforms as well, different incentives as well. So number 1 is through hop-ons and tips. So teachers will be able to make money through tips. So if I'm a student, I like this teacher, I can give a tip to this person, and I can also pay to hop onto the live video and talk to the teacher while other people are watching. The best part is that up to 100,000 students can watch your live videos. And also, you can pay $5 per month, and you get access to our premium features, such as unlimited video calls with other practice partners. You get access to our English curriculum, no advertisement. You'll be able to search for people by specific criteria for one of our main features, Insta Match. So right now, you click on a button, you get connected with somebody in real time via video chat randomly, but if you pay, you'll be able to kind of choose your own criteria. Oh, I want to talk to this person in this, or people in this specific country. Then when you click on a button, you get matched with the people that actually have that specific criteria. Third is through private lessons. So you'll be able to click on a button and have a lesson with a native speaker in real time via video chat as well. And that's where the Uber model comes in, and we take a 20% commission fee. And as a teacher, as I have millions of followers, I can assign some of my content as premium. So you can pay $5 per month, and you get access to our premium content. And also, you join a specific group chat for this specific channel. And also, Hallo is all about content and video. So as we grow, we're planning to work with organizations and also teachers for advertisement. And I think these are awesome plans, and I'm excited to execute our plans. And I'm excited to start testing some of our revenue streams starting this year in October. We're starting with our subscription model and live streams, and I think it's gonna explode. So I'm really excited. One of the reasons why I'm presenting here is because of my awesome team. All the founders are from BYU. We graduated. Mike is from Microsoft. Our CTO, Ben, is from Workday. He worked for Workday up in Salt Lake City. He quit his job and joined us full time. So Ben is the one who's driving our marketing, helping us grow as quickly as we can. And Mike and Jacob and Chris are the ones who are developing our product, and all these wonderful teams, Haley, Riley, and Tanner. We have Tessa, all these wonderful teachers as well. So I'm super blessed to work with all these wonderful people, talented, and we just hired a few more people, so our team is growing. So right now we have a team of 10, 5 part-time, 5 full-time, and we have awesome advisors. And I wanted to let you know that I love RevRoad. I have been part of RevRoad for about 7 months, and since we joined RevRoad, we have been making awesome progress. Seriously, I sincerely appreciate their help, their support. I'm excited to take Hallo to the next level together. So if you're thinking of joining Hallo, if you're starting a company, definitely I highly recommend RevRoad. You will have no regrets. At Hallo, our mission is to empower others to find more opportunities in life and make their dreams come true through language. And also, we're bringing the fun back to language learning and making it the social experience as it was designed to be. I genuinely believe that Hallo has the potential to impact billions of people, and that is my vision. I know it's audacious, but I think that there's just so much potential for us. It's not just English. We'll be expanding to different languages as well. And we're excited to continue to work because we're helping the lives of many. Thanks for your time. Appreciate it.
Wonderful, thank you, and also for the updates.
Thank you.
Keep coming back. I'll walk around with the mic and raise your hand if you have a question.
2 questions. First one, can you talk to me about your competitive landscape? Who else is doing something like this? I've heard of other startups trying to tackle English teaching. And then my next question are you seeking funding right now? And if so, what are you looking for? Thanks.
We just raised our seed round, and we're planning to do Series A next year. We have enough money to get to the next level, and we're excited to test our live streaming and figure out product market fit. Our goal for this year is to find out the right way to make money. And apparently there are going to be so many challenges, right? Our users are coming from different countries, so we should be able to make sure that teachers or students can actually pay in their currencies, but we get paid in US dollars. And we want to make sure that they have the right way to actually make a payment online as well. So those are the things that we're working on with the funding that we raised. And next year, with our current growth rates and with the revenue that we're going to get, I'm confident that we'll be able to get Series A and continue to grow. And your question is about our competitors. We do have lots of competitors in the language industry. It's a huge market. But I told you that our differentiators are our focus on social interaction, real-time conversation, and live streaming. And I haven't seen any competitors doing live streaming specifically for language learning. And interestingly, I believe that our main competitors are the ones that I mentioned before. Facebook and WhatsApp. All of our users are hanging out on those platforms, but those platforms are not specifically designed for language learning. So that's our main differentiator. We're focused on actually learning a new language. People are already hanging out on those platforms to interact and practice together, but the problem is that when you get connected with somebody, you realize that your levels are different. And when you're available, I'm not available. And when I'm available, you're not available. So we're solving all those problems, and we do provide our curriculum and also hot topics and questions. So you're not just having a conversation, you're actually going through something together. So you're actually learning, and at the same time, you're practicing together. And that's why people love Hallo.
I was really confused about your income streams. You were like all over the place. I mean, like $5 here, $5 there. No, $5 over here, and then $5 over there. I'm saying to myself, what kind of income stream is this? So, I mean, there are alternative income streams. My question, I didn't see any corporate, going after any corporate. I mean, I know Siemens does programs for their employees. Hewlett-Packard does it for their employees. I mean, there's some big fish out there that you should be going after. But if I was an investor, I'd go, yeah, this sounds really good, but there's no definitive. You know, you were a bunch of $5 here and there, here and there. So I didn't see any.
Yeah, so that's my fault. That's my fault. Yeah, I should have explained it a lot more clearly. Our plans are very concise and solid. I want to repeat one more time. So we have 5 revenue streams. One is through live streaming. So as a student, you can watch live videos for free, and you can make comments. But if you want to hop on to the live video and talk to the teacher directly, you can make a payment, and the teacher can bring you on to the live video, and you can talk to the teacher while other people are watching. And also you can give tips to whatever teacher you support, you can give tips, and we take a commission fee. And then you can also subscribe to our premium features. So that's where you can pay $5 per month, and you get access to our premium features, like unlimited video calls, you get a special badge, you get a report card, you can search for people by different criteria. And then also you can. Third is through our private lessons. So next year, we're introducing private lessons so that you can pay and have lessons with a native speaker in real time as well. And we take a 20% commission fee. And then number 4 is through advertisement. So we're planning to work with other companies because we're focused on video. It's a great opportunity for us to work with those companies for advertisement as well. And then lastly, if you have millions of followers, if you have hundreds of thousands of followers, then you can assign some of your content as premium so that people can pay and get access to your premium content videos as well. And that's how teachers are going to be able to make money. And the more successful they become, the more successful we become. And that's our revenue stream.
Still confusing. Just reality check. I mean,
yeah.
So you're talking, somebody asks
You don't have to give tips if you want to support.
What I'm looking at is a reality check.
Uh-huh.
So I'm looking at it and saying, if I'm somebody who wants to sign up, $5 sounds great.
Mm-hmm.
$10 the next level up. I like the idea that step into a class and if I'm dealing with, I do a lot of business in Thailand, that's confusing right there off the bat. They love this program, the ideal for that community. They all have phones, they're all interactive, they want to learn English. China's the same way. But when you start adding stuff up, it becomes your user. That's my concern.
Mm-hmm.
It's all based on the users. You have too much information for them to be able to say, okay, this is what I pay. If you'd have said, hey, it's just $20, then I said, and I get all this stuff, that's cool. You know, or $10 or 15, but then this. I think you might lose customers. I mean, just you need to hone that in. I mean, I love the idea. I think it's great. I think part of your revenue stream should be corporate.
Yeah, well, I think that's great advice. Thank you for sharing that with us. I think we're excited to continue to try and iterate as we validate these models. The reason why we're confident is because the reason why we're growing so fast on social media is because of live streaming. And the features that we mentioned have been validated through what we have been doing. And we are excited to put it out there, test it out. We're going to figure it out. But I think I agree with you. It could be confusing, right, if we have 5 revenue streams. But for customers, you won't be able to see all those. It's like pretty simple, but we might be able to consolidate some of those revenue streams together. So thank you.
I've been following your company online ever since the first time you presented. I think your arc is really cool. Congratulations on everything you've accomplished. One question that came to mind when you talk about the user fees and whatnot, I'm not well informed on the economies of all of the countries that you're in, but I've traveled to a few of them. How are you dealing with the notion that $5 isn't $5 the world over? I mean, in some markets that's nothing. In some markets that's quite significant. What do you do you adjust to that? How do you deal with, in essence, a lot of the folks you're aiming at, money is going to be a significant issue. How do you deal with the charge side of that?
Yeah, that's a good point. So $5 in different countries are different, right? So it's more expensive for them, typically. But compared to what they're paying to go to English schools or English academies, it's not as much. They're already paying over $100 in US dollars per month just to go to an English school. So in my opinion, if we were to provide great value, I believe that they're willing to pay. And in my opinion, what's more important for us is the community. We're planning to continue to build our community and grow as quickly as we can. And money will follow once we have tens of millions of users using our app. Our retention rate is already amazing compared to Duolingo and all these other platforms. We have over 100,000 users right now, and over 80,000 users are monthly active users, and 10% are using our app every day.
So are
really
they paying essentially the same cost regardless
right
of
now,
market, and it's working well?
They're not
or
paying
they're not paying
anything.
at all?
But for premium features, they get access to those features if you're willing to pay.
How many of the folks that you have on now are paying customers?
So we haven't introduced any of the revenue streams yet. So starting October, we're introducing live streaming and also our subscription model.
So that'll help you kind of tweak your revenue model as you
exactly.
go.
Yeah, that's
Again,
our goal for this year. We need to figure it out. Yep.
So with your native speakers, are they teachers for the most part, or can anybody?
That's a great point. Yeah, so we are going to make it open to anybody eventually. Right now we're working with people that we know in person. So we're testing it out right now. We're working with people from college. We're working with people that are actually teachers as well, and kind of see how they're performing. And I realized that it doesn't matter whether you have a degree or not, as long as you're engaging, as long as you're fun, as long as you are a native speaker, people love you. They just want to watch live videos and kind of follow American culture and see how you guys are interacting with other people. So there are going to be different categories, right? So one, specifically actual teachers. The other, like more engaging, more fun. You can go ride a bike and go live whenever you want to. So it's up to the teachers, and that's why I think Hallo is so enticing, because it's open like Twitch. Twitch became a $1 billion company within 5 years, by focusing on live streaming for gaming. You know, they got acquired by Amazon in 2014, and the reason why they got acquired is because of their engagement. It was just so engaging, and they didn't have any structure for gamers. You know, gamers can go live whenever they want to. They can talk about anything. They can play whatever games they want. So we want to kind of make it open so that teachers are the ones who are actually validating what works for us. So that's kind of our model. But in the beginning, we want to start with people that we know in person here in the United States, and maybe some teachers as well. And then eventually, we want to make it open to anybody. Yep. Oh, sorry.
Sorry. Just trying to be respectful. My question is, so your students are Southeast Asia, even Central Asia, and that. Where are you focusing on finding those teachers? Are you trying to find teachers in those same countries today, or are you trying to find teachers anywhere on the planet that's just a native speaker? What's your focus for where you are trying to find these teachers?
Yeah, that's a great question. I should have mentioned it. That's actually one of our focus this year. So we're planning to hire or onboard teachers as well. So we're reaching out to some institutions. We're working with some students from different colleges as well. Right now, we're starting with people here in the United States, but my partner Ben and I are planning to go to South Asia in October to meet all those teachers, institutions, to understand better what they're focused on and how we can work together as a team. You know, for example, the MTC right here, we could be even working with missionaries over there. I think there's a lot of opportunities for us to work together. And I have some good connections that are working for a company called the VIP Kit. So it's the English company that became an $8 billion company within 5 years, and they're making $1 billion per year. And they were founded only 6 years ago. And teachers love VIP Kit because they don't have to prepare anything. The content is there, but the downside is that you have to wake up at 3 o'clock or 2 o'clock in the morning. So they're burning out. So some of my friends actually reached out to me, and they have some awesome communities. So I'm planning to tap into those communities and see if I can convince them to join Hallo. Because, I mean, they can continue to work with VIP Kit, but on the side, if you want to try this out, if you want to like start going live whenever you want to and see how things go, I think this is a great opportunity for teachers as well.
So is your platform for all ages? Is it designed for all ages?
Anybody who's above 18. If you're 13 or above, you have to get permission from your parents.
There's kind of unique privacy concerns that you've had to deal with being outside the U.S. And could you address those? I'd just be interested to hear what that's like.
Like privacy?
Yeah. But because it's different everywhere, right? We know what our privacy laws are somewhat here in the U.S., but what is it like once you go outside, and how do you guys address that?
Yeah, so currently we're not taking any data that's private or confidential, but we do not share any data with anybody else right now. But once they start paying, and once we start working on advertisement, then we might have to use some of our information that we have to make it better for their own experiences. But we promise our users that we're not going to use any of their data for selling.
Great job, June, and I love the microfinance model for economics. I mean, lots of great examples of how that's worked for like Twitch and WhatsApp and others. Could you share with those of here? Like, can we download it?
Yeah.
Can everyone here like access it and try it?
Yes, please download the app. You can just click, type in Hallo on the Google Play Store or the App Store. You can download it. You can try speaking with somebody in a different country in a minute. So it's going to be a great experience, I promise you. And please be nice to our users, and you can give us a nice review as well. That would be much appreciated. Thank you.
Awesome. That's wonderful. Just one last question. What can the community at 1 Million Cups do for you?
Please continue to provide awesome feedback. I just want to be part of this awesome community, and I want to help as much as I can and contribute as we grow. So please let us know if there's anything that we can do to help as well. We're looking for some more developers as well. And if you know any teachers, willing to hop onto this great opportunity, please let us know as well.
Okay, wonderful.
Thank you.
There we go. Okay, I wanted to bring my cereal up here. I was going to be crunching it when I came up just to like entice you to go get some cereal over here. Just so you know, the cereal is open to this group, so get on it. I was trying to make noise back there so people could feel comfortable also making noise getting cereal. So it's open. That aside, we have a 1 million cup. Speaking of apps, I am downloading the Hallo app right now. So we have a 1 million cups app, and we'd love for you guys to get on it. So I'll just show you. You can sign in and see who else is here. It's a way that you can message each other. You can give feedback on the app to the presenters. So if you could go and download that, those that have it downloaded, and it's just a really simple profile to set up. Do that, and at the end we'll see our new users, and there'll be a prize. Okay. Announcements. Oh, just want to recognize our sponsors, Creo Brew, which I forgot the name, and I've been drinking it for years. I'm on like my 1 millionth cup, I think. So, they were a startup here in the Valley, have now moved to California, but they continue to provide us with Creo Brew. And these are all of our sponsors. You can read these that are part of supporting what we do. Again, we're a volunteer-based organization, and so we're so grateful that we have these sponsors to be able to make this happen and give us some funds so we can do some different fun things, swag, etc. And we're going to have Lisa come up and talk about Rev U. Yes, okay, come up.
Okay, so Review is the first Thursday of every month. And so tomorrow will be our next review, and we have Randy Hills with SAG coming to share his entrepreneurial story. We always invite someone to come and share their story with us as a successful entrepreneur, so we can kind of hear the highs and lows of being an entrepreneur, which I'm sure a lot of you have experienced that. And then the first hour we have someone from Rev Road do a little workshop, and tomorrow it's on top talent. So it's free, 11 to 1 o'clock, and we also provide lunch. So that's tomorrow. Come, it's awesome. It's probably one of my favorite things that we do here at Rev Road. And then Seth will come up and talk about Rev Up, which is every Thursday. Seth.
Hey, my name is Seth Robinson. I run the Rev Up program, and what we're trying to do with Rev Up is essentially we were seeing a lot of companies, a lot of ideas, a lot of great entrepreneurs that didn't have traction. It wasn't something we were able to grow at that time. So we developed Rev Up as a way of essentially developing ideas or teaching people how to get traction in markets using lean startup methodology. So we teach you how to validate your market, how to go out, talk to people, do customer development, and then to essentially do product testing before you've designed your product or before you've spent any money on that sort of thing, so that you can bring to the front the traction that's in the market naturally, and be able to take that to investors so you can go and start up. That's every Thursday from 4 to 5:30 here at Rev Road. Then there's a couple other places around the Valley. I'm looking for other places to present. So if there's other groups that you would like to see those sorts of kind of principles taught, I'm teaching at Dev Mountain on Wednesdays right now. And after that, I'll also be at Kiln. So you can contact us and give you those information if you're interested in attending there, or if you're interested in attending here every Thursday from 4 to 5:30. So,
awesome. Thank you so much. And I just want to say personally, between 1 million cups and both of these experiences that Rev Road offers, I've never taken a business class either in undergrad or grad school. And yeah, I'm an entrepreneur. Things are moving. And I was just talking to a colleague yesterday that's looking to start up something and was like, I don't know, I'm thinking about getting an MBA. And I was like, you can do that. And if there's any like Rollins, sorry. But there are so many free resources in our community right here that are, I think, like so valuable because you can work on your business. And so that's the education that I have received, and I feel like it's worked. And so I was just telling this friend, like, actually, and I was directing her Thursday, you got this. So yeah, we what a great what great resources we have right here in our community. So thanks so much to Rev Road for what you do. All right. So our last presenter, we're going to have Emmett. Where are you at, Emmett? Emmett with Yoodlize. Come on up. Yoodlize just recently launched. You may have seen signs around Provo coming up, and some really cool stuff they're up to. So here we go. Come talk to us.
Thanks. Hi, everybody. I'm Emmett with Yoodlize. We presented here before. Yeah, I just came in to give you guys an update on where we're at. I'll just really briefly, in case if you haven't heard of us yet, Yoodlize is a peer-to-peer rental platform. It's sort of like Airbnb, but instead of just being able to list and rent out your house or rent someone else's space, you can list and rent out anything you own. So we think it's a really big opportunity. We think that just from researching the market in the world, like somebody's going to dominate this space. It's inevitable. That's going to happen. So we're trying to make it us. Rather than explain it myself, I want to show you guys one of our new ads that explains how the product works. I figured that'd be more interesting than me giving you guys the same pitch you've heard before. So we can get that video pulled up, please.
Meet Yoodlize, the rental platform for just about anything. Here's how it works. Let's say Janice wants to rent a mountain bike for the weekend. She goes to yoodlize.com and searches for mountain bike listings in her area. It turns out that an owner named Michael has one listed just a few blocks away. Janice selects the date she wants to rent the mountain bike for, then sends Michael a request, which Michael approves after looking over Janice's profile. Using the Yoodlize messaging system, Janice and Michael arrange a time and place for Janice to pick up the item. To make sure the transaction is safe and secure, Janice and Michael both verify the rental on the Yoodlize app. After a weekend of fun, Janice returns the mountain bike to Michael. Both parties confirm that the item has been paid for and returned in good condition to the owner. Everybody wins! So what are you waiting for? Go to yoodlize.com or download the Yoodlize app and start renting today. What will you utilize?
So yeah, anyway, I will explain it then. So like I said, it's like Airbnb for stuff. It's an app and a website. Some of the features we offer our users are calendaring. We now have a $2,000 guarantee on all transactions. So if anything happens to your stuff while it's being rented, you're automatically insured up to $2,000. So yeah, we're really excited about the features. And if I'm like Lester, I think I might have gotten mono, so don't shake my hand after the presentation. Yeah, but I'm here. So here's an update just, on where we're at since our hard launch a few weeks ago. We're up to 350 users, over 350 listings. We've had 463 iPhone app downloads and $1,500 in rental transactions. So that last one, like that's long-term very important, but right now what we feel really strongly is the critical thing is getting those listings up. In our lingo, we call it, there's the renters, the people who rent people's stuff from them, and we're calling owners the people that are actually listing their stuff on the website and renting it out. So I'll come back to that, but that's, I think, probably the biggest challenge that I'd love to get some of your thoughts on helping us figure out is how do we get more people listing on the platform. Okay, cool. Yeah, so like I said, owners and renters. This is a little bit of info about just our marketing strategy right now. So because so much of the value from Yoodlize comes from being able to rent stuff from people close to you, right? We're starting by just in a really concentrated geographic area here, sort of in the Wasatch Front area. So basically anywhere between Salt Lake and Provo. So that, you know, that's our way of avoiding trying to boil the ocean, right? Some people we've identified. We recently held a focus group. It's really interesting. There are already people that are doing this right now. They're micro entrepreneurs basically. They're buying outdoor gear or electronics and then listing it on KSL and Facebook Marketplace and renting it out. I've been seeing these ads and I just assumed that they were listing it but not having any luck, and that, you know, Yoodlize was going to be the way that they were going to get traction. But we had a focus group. We actually brought these people in and asked them about their experience and what they would want in order to join Yoodlize. And one of the really interesting things they said is, yeah, like I get tons of demand already for my rental items just by listing them on KSL and Facebook Marketplace. So it was really exciting to see that, okay, if we can get in front of the right people, there is a lot of demand for these kinds of transactions. The other great thing we learned is most of the people in our focus group, they said they would be happy to move their transactions from Facebook Marketplace and KSL onto Yoodlize in exchange for features like our calendaring, like insurance. So we think that's a really big opportunity. Yeah, we're thinking people who are staying at home or work, maybe raising kids, they want to do something extra on the side, earn some extra money for the family. We suspect that younger people who are using apps more, millennials are going to be more receptive to Yoodlize. And we also, I don't know, we've been going to farmers markets, and like the vibe we get from farmers markets people is like, these are the people we want on Yoodlize. They're like all those other things combined. So yeah, that's just some psychographic stuff. And yeah, our categories are focusing on outdoor goods, electronics, party equipment, and tools. We have other categories, but those are kind of the staple items. We feel like if we can get those 4 things down, that we'll be able to reach critical mass. So we've got a lot of different marketing tactics. I'm the director of marketing. Jason Fairborn, who many of you know, the CEO, he's a big believer in trying out lots of different tactics as fast as you can and then doubling down on the ones that work and leaving behind the ones that aren't giving you the results you want. So we've already tried a lot of different things. We did our focus group. That was really cool. We're going to be doing more of that. We're trying to think of a way that we can basically have like a mass focus group for like 200 people, because it's great to get their feedback, but it's also a really ideal way to it's actually a really good marketing event too. So we're thinking maybe having some kind of rent fest or something. We've been doing a lot of pay-per-click stuff, especially on Instagram and Facebook. We just hired a new person to start taking care of PR. Posting on social media a lot. It's something I love about Yoodlize is as I'm in charge of posting on social media, and it's really easy because I can just go on stock photo websites like Unsplash, find an awesome picture of somebody riding a bike, and then it's free, and I can post and say, hey, rent a bike on Yoodlize this weekend. So that's been great. And then we're trying lots of guerrilla marketing tactics. We've been going to events, booths. We have something that's worked pretty well is we scraped KSL for phone numbers and then sent a mass text with a link. And, our biggest concern was, okay, people are going to get this and they're going to think it's really spammy or sketchy, right? Like no one likes getting spam from KSL, but the click-through rate was through the roof. So we think that's actually going to be a really good opportunity. People like the message we were sending them. So again, we're feeling validated that KSL users are going to be a really good place to go. So the question I want to ask you guys, the kind of brainstorm I wanted to have with you and the feedback I wanted to get, and if you have any other feedback, you could share it. But we're finding, Hallo, I'm mad jealous. He's like, oh yeah, we've got thousands and thousands of users and haven't spent anything on advertising. And we're trying to figure out, like, we've gotten results, like you saw earlier, like we're getting some traction. We know that the first few hundred users are going to be the hardest, so we're feeling really good about that. But we've had to pay pretty dearly for each of our users right now. We're having to spend probably more than we'd like per acquisition right now on our pay-per-click kind of stuff. We're thinking about paying for billboards, you know, and those are all good and well. But what I really want to know if any of you can think of any ideas in your experience as entrepreneurs, ways that we could be marketing that don't cost as much. So, yeah, like if we're missing any opportunities. Yeah.
I don't know that it is going to work, but it's an idea. Yeah. I wonder if there's a way that after the transaction happened that you could like say share on social, and it like types in like I just rented my bike and made $34. Yeah. Something like that they could share it and say like look what I did, and maybe if they share it, you incentivize them and they get they get a less commission or they get a free rental. Or
oh yeah, I love that idea. Like, hey, after you list your item, like share it on Yoodlize in exchange for like $5 of Yoodlize credit
or something like that. You know, some piece of I just did this and it made me money.
Yeah. Yeah, back there.
I would just say if the KSL users and Craigslist users are people that are already kind of doing this, if you can get them to point people at the app to schedule the things that they're already renting out, then you'll be getting kind of organic marketing that way.
There's also a lot of influencers that do like these travel blogs. I think the new one is like the Salt Project, and right now they're working with the Utah travel agency or travel tourism board, and they're doing 12 months of staycations. It would be really cool to say, you know, work with them and say, I went to Moab and I got all my stuff off of this app. You should try it out. And it probably wouldn't cost you a whole heck of a lot.
Yeah, cool. I like that. I'll talk with you afterwards to get that info. There's that guy, and then someone else.
Oh, Mile?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think I remember the very first time I used Uber. One of my buddies sent me a link, and it gave me a free Uber ride the first time. And that was really effective. And then after I took my first, I had the ability to then share with another friend. They got a free one, and then I got like 20% off or something like that, and to then come back and use it again. That may be a part of your strategy. I was also going to ask, are you guys focused on a single market right now?
Well, yeah, like I said, we're focused on the Wasatch Front area.
Okay.
We're not trying to, you know, be everywhere all at once. I think we're going to have to get a couple footholds, pick a couple areas where we can show that the model succeeds, and then once we get more financial backing, then we can blow it up on a larger scale.
Okay, very cool. Thanks, man.
Did someone else have their hand over here?
I was going to ask so you have $1,500 worth of transactions so far.
Yeah.
What's the most popular item people are looking at? What are they doing?
That's a great question. So most of that actually is from, let's see here. I don't know, my clicker doesn't work anymore. Well, anyways, back on the first page, right, that white van, that's actually our CEO Jason's van, and it's for rent on there, and he's actually rented it out multiple times. So that's where the lion's share of that $1,500 has come from. Like I said, I'm really concerned about getting just the stuff on there. We're not doing anything hardly to drive the demand side yet. So it's just kind of a bonus, but yeah, what did you have a follow up?
Well, from an economics perspective, the issue that you have is the frequency. You have low frequency, and then you also have low margins, basically, for small items.
Yes.
So if you are renting out things that don't cost that much, the barrier to ownership is really low. Airbnb works really well, and Uber and Lyft work really well because it costs a lot of money to buy a car, and it costs a lot of money to get housing and to get lodging.
Mm-hmm.
But when you shift that down significantly and have like a rental marketplace,
yeah.
The real critical factor is essentially if you have small margins or if it's smaller items, the only choice you have to do is drive adoption or drive utilization higher.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's why I was asking about what's most frequently rented. It makes sense that the big van is rented frequently because there's a high barrier to entry to that.
We've had the van, a drone.
And why camping chairs won't be rented because the barriers to ownership are so low there.
Yeah,
and so I guess what I'm saying is when it comes to getting users, I think what you need to do is show that this is a viable this is a viable business or viable business model. Look to people who are already making money with rentals, and then take that information and see if you can democratize it elsewhere and get people to run a business or run it for them, right, in supporting that volume of transactions, because without that, you're not going to have anything.
Yeah, and you're absolutely right. You know, part of our mantra is this idea of this is a place to rent anything, right? But Jason made this great matrix. Basically, our bread and butter, though, the only transactions that are really going to matter for us are going to be, and the items that are going to be the most value for us and our owners who are renting stuff out, are items that are both high value and infrequently used, right? Because if it's a low value and you use it all the time, like say a screwdriver, right, and you're using a screwdriver a lot for whatever reason, like you're not going to want to rent it for $1 from your neighbor every couple of days. Like you're just going to go buy it, right? It's not worth the trouble. For the things that's like either high value and high frequently used, maybe you'll rent it, and with the low value, low use, maybe you'll rent it, but the real bread and butter is going to be high value, low frequently used, like a Sprinter van, right? Like you might not want to own that, drive that around, but hey, you're going to Ragnar, or you're planning a road trip with friends, like, so yeah.
Just to add to that thought, though, you can create high value in low cost items by adding quantity, right? I may not need a single camping chair, but if I'm going to a family reunion and we might need 15 or 20 camping chairs for a week, then then that barrier to entry starts to play a factor.
That's a really good point. Thanks for that observation. I appreciate that. I hope we're recording this, right? Because you guys have shared some really wonderful ideas. Absolutely.
Have you thought about selling packages? Just like, hey, this person and this person have come together to a collaboration to sell bike or Sprinter van. I mean, you already have it set up right here.
Yeah, we have thought about that, and what we'd like to do, it'd be a feature to add down the road, where as an owner you can have a package where you'll give a deal or a discount on renting out multiple items at once.
And have you also thought about using business to person as like someone like Mad Dog's Bicycles, REI, would be more willing to give out their bike?
You mean like getting REI to rent out their bikes on Yoodlize?
Yeah, either their bikes or their tents, REI, because they have more camping equipment.
We've thought about it, and like long term we might be okay with it, but we're thinking though and at least this is just Jason's opinion on this, and I mostly agree with him on this, is that like there's sort of a certain magic that comes from like renting from another guy who lives around the corner. Rather than renting from a big business. So, we're okay if one of those businesses wants to list out their stuff on Yoodlize, but we're not going to encourage, like, we really want this to feel like a peer-to-peer experience. But we have considered it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Let's go over there and then we'll close up.
Have you thought about partnering up for the bigger ticket items with like local retailers like bike shops, motorcycle shops, and having them kind of push the idea of, buy a bike, you're not going to use it every day, but you have the option of renting it. That might help push you and gain people.
That is a really interesting idea. No, I hadn't considered that. Thank you. I like that.
Okay. We actually need to get closed up. But thank you for your questions and comments. Oh, wait.
I just wanted to say happy birthday. That's awesome. You came out on your birthday. So.
Thank you very much.
Well, happy birthday. Okay, thanks for presenting. If you have any other questions.
Thank you. There were so many good ideas. I really appreciate that. That was great.
And if you guys have any more questions, feel free to talk to him after. And as a 1 Million Cups community, what can we do for you?
Just keep being here, keep showing up. We really appreciate just being able to come here on a weekly basis and connect and bounce ideas off of you.
Okay, wonderful. Thanks.
Thanks so much for coming out. Grab some Creo Brew. If you're a first timer to Creo Brew, get some creamer and sugar and you'll have a better experience. Mine's totally black this morning because I'm so healthy. So thank you so much for coming. I think you've seen the magic of this community and getting feedback. We'd love to have any of you come and present. It's a very easy application on 1millioncups.com/Provo. So thank you so much for coming out, and we'll see you next week.